Firstly, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on this sad occasion. It would be great if we could all be together. But wherever you are in the world, I'd just like to thank you for taking the time to celebrate the life of our mom. So Mom was born Judith Elizabeth Curry on the 18th of May 1947 in Durban. She no doubt had many joyful times in her life, but I unfortunately have to say that she was dealt more than her fair share of tragic and traumatic events. From becoming a young widow, to experiencing divorce, to discovering she was adopted, to finally succumbing to the devastating ravages of dementia. I truly question why all these tragic events had to be bestowed on just one person, that being our mother. In saying that, there are many things I'd like to say on this sad day of goodbye. Too many to be honest, but I'll mention a few. Mom lived for her kids, and she really wanted Jackie, Lyndon and I to be the best behaved kids in the world. Discipline, 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 and even more discipline was what she lived by. I can still say, whenever we went out, make sure you remember your manners and don't embarrass me. And in saying that, we were not perfect and not always on our best behaviour. But I can tell you, we sure, as the day was long, felt the wrath of Mom's best friend, the wooden spoon, from time to time. I can always remember Mom getting up well before dawn every morning to make sure us kids were prepared for the day, whether it was getting our clothes ready or lunches for school or university. In fact, her Monday lunches were really famous, and my friends at university used to rave about the snackages that she used to make for Mondays. Mom was always there for me, whether it was getting to school, university or sport, or just to listen to any of my troubles. And all she would say when things were out of her control, I really wish I could make things better for you, Russ. Mom loved a laugh and a joke. And who can ever forget her dress-ups with the Eagers and the Whites, or the pantomimes and skits at the Hillary Bowling Club. Mom was blessed with some very good friends in her life. There are way too many to mention, but you all know who you are. However, I'd really like to say thank you to the Chalmerses and the Langs for being there during Mom's times of need. Thank you. Mom's journeys took her to all parts of the world: Rhodesia, Australia, United States of America. But her final resting place was England, where she immigrated to in 2015 with her soulmate, Derek. Derek unfortunately passed away just over a year ago, but I know that the effects of Mom's dementia really saddened Derek. I'd really like to thank Derek for coming into Mom's life when he did, but also I'd like to thank Derek's daughters, Hillary and Trish, and Hillary's husband, Mark, for the support that they gave Mom while she was in England and for visiting her while she was in the care home. I'd also like to thank Mom for welcoming Ash and Bev into her life. She really wanted to make them feel welcome, and she loved having us over for dinner and making her delicious strawberry dessert. Mom, words cannot express how proud I am to be your son, and the gratitude I have for what you did for me for all those years. Despite all the hardships in your life, you still ploughed on to be a supportive, loving and caring mother to all of us kids. You are really proof that dynamite does come in small packages. I know that it was really difficult for you to see all of us kids leave South Africa, but you supported us 100% in our decision to do so, as heart-wrenching as it was for you. I'd just like to add that when we left South Africa, Mom gave me a tape, which was a recording of the Liverpool club song called You'll Never Walk Alone. Mom, I don't know where you'll end up, or who or what is in store for you in the afterlife. All I know is that you'll always be in my thoughts, and you will never walk alone. Love, Russell.
To be quite honest, I've procrastinated putting something together, to the point that I was being threatened by Russ via Beverly. I'm not good at pouring my heart out under pressure. I need a glass of wine or two, but since it's 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning, it's a tad too early. So here goes. My mom, my best friend, confidant, supporter, cheerleader, therapist, advisor, and my rock. There's so many things to say about Mom, and I could go on forever, but time constraints don't allow for that, nor the deadline set forth by my older brother, who definitely inherited Mom's little Hitler traits. I'm just joking, Russ. Gilly, you got Mom's sweet side, so soft-hearted, almost to a fault, but nonetheless so adoring. Seriously, one thing that made my mother so amazing and inspirational was her strength and resilience throughout her life. She truly was dealt a raw hand, and her tenacity to get up and trudge through was awe-inspiring. Who could imagine becoming a widow with two little children at the age of 22, the day before you turned 22? Two little children, one 10-month-old and one just turned 2. I know how I felt and still feel as a widow at 46 years old, with, for the most part, grown children. It's devastatingly earth-shattering. My mom was also very seriously injured in the car crash that claimed our dad's life. And I don't know how she did it. Losing our dad, Robin Lowe, the love of her young life and the father of her children. But she did. She managed to find the strength to go on, raising 2 children alone, until she met and married our dad, Lindsay Millard. Her life became somewhat normal for the most part, and she, well, we, were blessed with a son and a baby brother. Things were hunky-dory for a bit, until around the end of 1986, the beginning of 1987, when Mom found out that she was adopted. What a surprise. I was with Mom when she confronted Grandpa Sam and Granny Liz, and they refused to give her any information regarding her biological parents. But my mother, being my mother, with the determination of a lioness on a hunt, set forth on her own near 5-year scavenger hunt with itty-bitty bits of information to try to piece together to find her biological family. But wouldn't you know, just like a soap opera, she would be dealt another devastating, life-changing blow in the meantime. Her dad, Lindsay, asked her for a divorce. I was older by then and was more aware and witnessed Mom grieve the end of her marriage. And believe me, she went through all stages of grief, denial, anger, plenty of anger, bargaining to take Dad back, and depression, chronic depression. Until around 1992, when there was a flickering of acceptance, when her heart seemed lighter and she let down her guard for the first time in a long while. And on New Year's Eve in 1992, she found her soulmate, Derek Law, also known as Grumpy. 1992 was a great year, actually, as Mom had finally found all the pieces of the puzzle with regards to her adoption. In December 1992, Mom found out that she had a biological sister, Corinne. Unfortunately, both her biological parents were deceased, so there were still so many unanswered questions. But for the most part, the puzzle was complete. There were many other adversities that Mom had to endure, many surgeries, hip replacements, financial stresses after the divorce, all before she even turned 50. But everyone can attest to the fact that Mom faced every single adversity with the strength of a warrior, and through every instance where Mom's emotional and physical well-being was put to the test, never did she lose sight of her undying, unconditional, unwavering love for her children. Even when we put her to the test, we just had to watch out for the flying hairbrush, the slip-slop, the shoe, or the wooden spoon. After all said and done, the first 50 years of my mom's life was quite shite. I remember Russ's speech for Mom's 50th birthday, where he wished her the rest of her lifetime in happiness that she so deserved. And Mom was truly happy living with her soulmate. Even though her kids were all over the world, she always had time for a chat, a Skype call, would send lengthy emails, and visited each of us and her grandkids and our spouses. The grandkids she adored and was ever so proud of each and every one of their own accomplishment. And Mum never forgot a birthday until she did. The ultimate battle to fight. This battle, no matter how feisty you are, no matter how much strength, tenacity, determination she had, could not be won. It slowly robbed her of her freedom, her dignity, her memories. Maybe part of that's a good thing. And her humility. It robbed her of ever knowing or realizing that she became a first-time great-grandmother to baby Leo, who she would have absolutely lavished all her love on. But one thing I do believe, it never robbed her of her love for all of us. She may not have visually recognized us, but there was a glint in her eye whenever she saw any of us. That proved, somewhere inside, her love was steadfast. The last showing of her unwavering and undying affection, imparted upon Mark, as she held on to his hand only an hour before she died. She fought a lengthy, courageous, and tough battle. And to Mark and Hillary, Trish, and families, we're so very grateful for you being there for Mom and for every single thing you have done for Mom. Words just aren't enough. In ending, sure, it's about time, huh? And I quote from Bev, "Fork box, you'll have to shorten it or people will need to take the week off of work to listen to the Zoom." But seriously, my mother showed me what it's like to be a survivor, to be resilient, with the determination of a lioness, the strength and bravery of a warrior. And it is through her that I have the strength and resilience to deal with my own adversities. All in all, I have one solace. My identity rests firmly on this. I am my mother's daughter. I love you, Mom. And now it's 8:45 p.m. So cheers, Mom. Here's to you.
Dearest Mother, I feel honoured and privileged to have been your son. You always loved me unconditionally, no matter what headaches I brought you. Dearest Mother, I feel honoured and privileged to have been your son. You always loved me unconditionally, no matter what headaches I brought you, and were the best mother anyone could wish for. I feel like I grew up with the most incredible role model who taught me to always be myself and to push myself, to learn and achieve as much as possible and never to give up. Thank you for all your love and the fun times we shared. I am so proud of the person you were. A short poem for you, Mum. Our lives go on without you, but nothing is the same. We have to hide our heartache when someone speaks your name. Sad are the hearts that love you, silent are the tears that fall. Living here without you is the hardest part of all. You did so many things for us. Your heart was kind and true. And when we needed someone, we could always count on you. The special years will not return when we are all together, but with the love in our hearts, you will walk with us forever. I hide my tears when I say your name, but the pain in my heart is still the same. Although I smile and seem carefree, there is no one who misses you more than me. Those special memories of you will always bring a smile. If only I could have you back for just a little while. Then we could sit and talk again, just like we used to do. You always meant so very much, and always will do too. The fact that you're no longer here will always...
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew ya. She tied you to her kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the
Thank you very much for attending. We will now close with the messages from the spouses and the grandchildren, played to the song You'll Never Walk
There
Alone.
was a secret chord
When
that David played and it pleased the Lord.
through a
But
storm,
you don't really care.
hold your hand up high,
Well, it goes like
and
this: the
don't
fourth, the fifth, the
be
minor fall,